Greetings to the free world known to man. We're back at you one more again. Want to talk to you good people about Marine Corps leadership. We think this is part 3. Forgive the hair because we're in the middle of whatever. It's not even a thing unless you make it a thing. So anyway, Marine Corps leadership. And in the vein of Marine Corps leadership, we want to first give this preface that we personally never experienced any type of overt racism while enlisted as a United States Marine. Now, you know, we saw dudes with swastika tattoos, Confederate flag tattoos, and there's one cat who had his flag up on the wall, and we had to have that one-on-one, nobody else around type conversation. It was like, look, that's cool. It means whatever it means to you, but if something ever happens that's a little iffy, you better be the first person in line to snuff it out, or we're going to remember, well, that flag's up on your wall and it's going to be a thing. And don't even comment, don't even reply, we're good. And dude looked at us and I am kind of nodded. A couple days later, the flag was gone. Not going to touch base on even that, that at all. Nor are we going to touch base on the fact that they're talking about doing background checks on people that might be associated, like from, West Point cadets, the Army cadets, fist up, and there's like, oh, they might be Black Lives Matter, they might be pro whatever. They're investigating them, but all these people with swastika Confederate flag tattoos, we never heard of. Anyway. We're going to fast forward to the point. And the point is this term of dark green Marines. For those of you on the outside looking in that aren't a Marine or associated or affiliated or any, you the only thing you know about Marines is Toys for Tots, Dress Blues, Gung Ho as a G.I. Joe character. Like the only thing you know is this much about the Marine Corps. While we were enlisted in the Marines, and of course Marines before us and after us tell us, oh, I've never heard of that. Doesn't matter, because we've talked to a couple of Marines that were enlisted in the same time frame of us, and not just in our unit, who we still shout out and speak with and whatnot. 1-1, Complatoon, Sunset, Complatoon, what, Complatoon, Sunset. Yeah, anyway, dark green Marines. They call us, and when we say us, we mean us, capital US, black Marines, dark green. Now, you know, when we sat there and we listened at it, we thought about the changes the Marine Corps had to go through after integration, of course, because they were the last branch to integrate. They went through the colored Negro, actually, it was more Negroed, black, African American stages as far as what black people were calling themselves, and that's a whole nother can of worms. We're not here to debate, discuss, or even humor. But they were calling us dark green. Now, we never asked anything about it because all the higher ups that we're talking about from boot camp on is being a recruit. And you see the drill instructors who are sergeants, staff sergeants, up for like the whole chain of command up. Everyone's calling us dark green, and it's Gucci. Dark green Marine in the house. There's some dark green Marines in the house. Yeah. And it wasn't, no one missed the beat. It was like dark green. But the issue we took with this whole thing was, they were calling the Latino Marines brown green. They weren't calling the Asian Marines yellow green. They weren't calling the white Marines light green. No one else had a designator outside of being part of the green machine than black Marines being called dark green. And again, we never asked why, because we were keeping that as a saved round. Here, it's like this. You don't want to be the guy who's talking about racial things amongst, non-whites all the time, because then non-whites decide that, oh, you're one of them. You're just trying to race bait. You're just trying to stir the pot. You're just trying to live in the past. You're just trying to blah, 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 blah. All the things that you people like to do to minimalize the fact that the things in the past are still going on in the present. So if anybody can explain to us what the hell dark green is, by comparison to all the other Marines just being green, we'd really appreciate that feedback. And until then, we're gonna run with the sentiment of one of our peoples that we're familiar with, Doc. Doc, hey, what's up, Doc? How you doing? You might as well have been calling us the N-word. Like, straight up. Like, really. If you're going to designate a special term, like a pet name, here, let that run. Like, has it sunk in yet? A pet name, like the N-word, for specifically black people, you might as well be calling us that pet name. Dark green, N-word. Dark green, N-word. Now, maybe we're reaching, overreacting, or blah, 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 blah. But again, white Marines are just white. They're Marines. It wasn't light green. Asians weren't yellow green. Like, you see how this is a thing? Like, to us. And you know what? And it might be a little too late and da-da-da. Maybe we should have said something at the time. But again, we were saving that round for when something actually popped off that was a little more racier, if you will. If that's even a word, whatever. We rhyme, so as being an MC, we have poetic license. So if it was racier, we save that for that time. Instead of just dealing with the blanket, mind you, the blanket policy. The whole Marine Corps calling us dark green. Yeah.